There are a lot of different ways to attach wires together. The most common one is with the wire nut. Here's a selection I keep in my toolbox, and there's lots of different colors for lots of different uses. The most common one is the gray wire nut. This can be used to attach up to 3 12-gauge wires. As you use bigger wires or more wires in a bunch, you'll use a bigger wire nut. The green ones are kind of cool. They actually have a hole in the middle, and those are for attaching ground wires. I'll show you how to use those. Let's attach a couple of 14-gauge wires. Those are the white shield with the smaller wires inside. So if I want to attach 2 wires together, let's say I want to attach a hot wire of one lead to a hot wire of another. I'm going to place those together, and we'll use the gray wire nut for that. Make sure the ends are lined up evenly. Press the cap on, and when you first push the cap on, there should be no exposed conductor below the wire nut. If you can see conductor down there, then you've got too much conductor out here. We need to clip some off. So we're going to twist that on. So that right there is making an electrical connection, but we also want to make a mechanical connection. So when that's twisted on, we're going to keep twisting until it makes 3 twists in the wire. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3 twists. That way, if for some reason this gets jostled around, it can't pull apart. Okay? And we could even go one more step and we could wrap electrical tape around the whole thing. There's this concept called half wrap, which means when you wrap it, each successive layer, each successive loop covers half of the previous loop. Okay, so there's how we use a wire nut to connect 2 wires. Now for connecting a ground wire, you might notice when you look at your outlet, you've got 2 screws for the black lead, 2 screws for the white lead, but only 1 screw for the ground. Now, it might be tempting, and I'll admit I've done this before, to just take 2 of your ground leads. That's getting kind of ungainly here, isn't it? So I'll do that a little bit. Okay, it might be tempting to take 2 of your ground leads and shove them in there, but you can only put 1 wire per screw. So what we do on these, there's a couple ways to do that. You could use a crimp connector, slide that over so it connects both of the copper wires, crimp that and have the one that goes to the ground wire, or you can use your grounding wire nut. And in this case, when we set this up, we're actually going to keep one lead about 1 inch short of the other. And I might actually cut this off inside a box, but we want to keep as much of this as we can for now. And this simply slides through like that until you feel it catch on the second one. And you start twisting it, and again we're going to twist it until we get 3 twists. And hopefully this doesn't stick out the end there. There's 1, 2, and 3 twists right there. So we've got our electrical connection inside the wire nut, we've got our mechanical connection with the twists, and now I've got a single conductor that I can attach to my outlet without having to worry about it buckle up on the strings. Alright, and then for this activity, go ahead and we'll just connect all 3 wires. So black to black, white to white, ground to ground. Twist that wire nut on. Three twists and done.